So, today I'm going to talk about there's a news about GM mustard seeds. These are genetically modified mustard seeds. What that means is they're hybrid in nature. And the latest news is the Indian farmer is being pressurized by Americans to grow and use this GM mustard seeds. Their simple logic is, see, the problem with the genetically modified seeds is whether it was BT cotton, whether it is these mustard seeds. These seeds, when you sow them and it becomes a fruit, it does not have seed in it. So once you sow them, it becomes a fruit, you sell it. You have to then again go and buy the seeds from the same seller or somebody else who's been developing them. Now, if I don't have my own seeds, which is what happens now, that once I grow anything, I'm able to keep the seeds or get the seeds from the fruit and then I use it in the next cycle, and therefore that's how agriculture is happening everywhere in the world. The farmer is not dependent on the seed, but especially the Americans are forcing the farmer to use the GM mustard seed, the genetically modified mustard seeds. This is the recent news. There have been a lot of damage, chaos, and ruins with the BT cotton. Some of you want to know how does it interest me? Why should I know? It is between the Americans, the government, and the farmer. See, the problem happens the minute farmer does not have seed anymore and has to buy seed for every cycle. Now the corporate or the Americans who are developing these seeds will decide at what price they want to sell the seed. So earlier the seed was free and the crop was way cheaper, which is growing and is being sold. But once the seed is being sold at a very high price, the farmer cannot sell it at a low price. You and me will have to pay very high price for a simple vegetable which is very cheap today. So Americans are driving in a lot of inflation and bringing in poverty to my country. See, I'm not against America, but the nonsense is getting too big with America now. See, one is, at what point do you say you have enough money and we don't destroy the world anymore with the hybrid seeds and pressure to pressurize any country that you use our seeds and not your homegrown seeds for agriculture. Why are they doing that? They want to control the food and therefore the economy. And they will only bring in chaos because you're not giving any more control to me. Once you start controlling my seeds, and you've already destroyed the water, the air, the ground. But there's a lot of dumping garbage that comes from the first world countries, and I won't be surprised it's also coming from America, and it is getting dumped in India. So we have landfills created because of the waste that is getting dumped in India. So I and you don't get the best of earth or the vegetables growing from the land because it's gone bad because of so much of garbage that is getting thrown, the plastic, tons and tons, millions and millions tons of garbage getting dumped in India. The next is, now they're forcing the farmer to use the expensive genetically modified seeds. And this is serious because the farmers almost committed suicide. Not almost, a lot of farmers committed suicide over BT cotton. This comes after The governments run over the black farm laws. They tried to introduce black farm laws where they wanted to bring in usage of these genetically modified seeds. It did not work out because a farmer is pretty intelligent. People in India, especially farmers, not just in India, world over, people know what is good for them and not good for them. It just saddens me that America will not stop pressurizing or getting involved in making or destroying some country's economy. They're just at it. What do you do with such heavy margins? Let's say they make a lot of money by selling the most expensive seeds. What is the American people going to do with it? Maybe buy an aeroplane, buy another big yacht, a big mansion, cut a forest down, build a five mansion size one mansion, make the biggest of swimming pool in the world. What are you going to do with so much money? So, I will be telling and talking about what work do I do. So, a lot of you don't know what work do I do. I'm a tarot card reader. I used to be working in a bank before. Now, after quitting the bank life, I am a tarot card reader, and this is my full time job. And increasingly, I am being told to talk about spirituality, which is also my forte, or which is what I do even more than my regular work or breathing and cooking. So I hold a certain spiritual title and a position in this universe. I talk about spirituality, maybe I'll do so gradually. But what saddens me is what is America doing by pressurizing this whole seed business on the farmer. So this is the first in series where I'm want America to become a third world country. I want the US dollar to break, and maybe if the US dollar today is 80 rupees for 1 USD is equal to 80 INR, I want it to become 20 rupees to 1 USD. So 1 USD should become equivalent to 20 INR. The reason I pitch for the US dollar to break to this extent is the great greed for money, and America will not stop at anything. I love America, I love everything. There's so much freedom they give, there's such good life people can have. There's so much nature to be enjoyed. I know, that people are very happy when they go there, but I'm just increasing, like turning very very negative over this whole money business. Will you not stop at anything? So how to make America into a third world country? I want oil producing nations to use their discretion to sell oil at a higher price to America, just to fix their mind and to take out the excess money, which is making them extremely insensitive to other people's poverty and situation.